I'm here. Listen, everyone. Shh. I'm here. Shh. Shut up, Nick. I'm kidding. Today, I am here with MAMADEAR, good friends MAMADEAR. They, Parker, Kelly, and Dan, correct?
Yes.
You got it.
Now, I know Dan because Dan and I wrote, we wrote Cassidy. We wrote Half Past You with Cassidy Lynn. So Dan and I write together often, but I've never met Kelly and Parker before today.
Good to meet you.
It is great to meet you all.
Thanks for having us.
Now, oh, of course. Where are you two from? I know Dan's from South Carolina. Where are you two from?
So I'm from Atlanta originally, and
I'm from Potomac, Maryland, which is near Washington, D.C.
Wow, and Dan's from South Carolina. When did you all move to Nashville?
so I went to Wake Forest in North Carolina for college, and then moved to Nashville after that. So like 8 or 9 years ago.
What was your major?
I was a religion major at Wake.
Cool.
I know, yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. You know, I mean, it was. Yeah.
Was it out there?
Say it again.
Was it out there? Like, was it like?
Yeah.
Or was it like all over the map?
It was all over the map as far as, religion goes. You know, all the different types of religions. But I had a theology concentration. But also within theology, it was all across the map. It was like very, different parts of the spectrum maybe than I land on as a department. But it was good.
Yeah, awesome. Kelly, what about you?
I've been here for 11 years, which is crazy. 12 years now, which is wild. I went to Belmont for undergrad. So I was a songwriter.
What did you get your degree in?
I was a songwriting major, which is so crazy you can major in that. But yeah.
You can major in that. That is so cool. I wish I would have done that.
It's the coolest part about it was that my teachers were like hit songwriters, like Tom Douglas, Drew Ramsey, all these amazing people who are like living and breathing songwriters, and we got to have them as teachers. So that was cool. For
those of you that don't know, Tom Douglas wrote The House That Built Me, many other things, but The House That Built Me is one of my favorite country songs of all time, I think.
Oh, it's so good. And fun fact, Tom Douglas is also kind of like a thread between the three of us because he was my songwriting teacher. He mentored Parker and they were buddies, and he's also Dan's uncle by his wife. Dan, he's your uncle?
Yeah, he's my uncle-in-law. He's Hannah's uncle.
You trying to write sometime, bro? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
want to write sometime, bro?
Writing with like the Eagles and Tim McGraw. See if he
when he's not, dude. When he's done writing with John Mayer, just let me know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right,
I'll step right in.
Right.
Oh man, that's so cool. All right, wait. When did you all meet?
We met in 2012. Right before I got married. Well, I mean, we probably had met before that, but as far as like started singing together and hanging out and writing and stuff, it was 2012, and then we started the band kind of officially in 2013. So we've been a band.
How did that happen?
We got together on Kelly's front porch. She used to live over near Music Row, and we got together on Kelly's front porch to write one day, and it kind of it wasn't in our plans to start a band. Like, we kind of got together to write that day and couldn't come up with anything. Like, we just stared at each other for like 2 hours. We've all had those days. So we just kind of started jamming and singing together and loved the way our vocals blended together. And it was like, well, this is kind of cool. Like, let's get together periodically and like try out songs. And it just kind of evolved really naturally from there. And then we played out a couple like unannounced shows for like our friends, to get feedback, and just kind of been doing it ever since, which is crazy. We're starting year 7.
Raleigh, do you want to hear the first band name that we tried out at like one of those first secret shows with our friends?
Dude, my next question was literally, why MAMADEAR and not Papa Bliss?
Papa Bliss, that's amazing. We're changing it right now.
Well, the first one we tried out was Third Wheel. How do you think that would have gone?
Shut up.
Yeah, and we were serious.
Wait, are you two married?
We're married, yeah.
Yeah, we are. We make
Dan, I'm so sorry, dude.
Sorry, dude. I know.
Putting up with a married couple all day, it's brutal,
it's
man.
Rough. It's rough.
But, okay, so your name's not Third Wheel, and it's not Papa Bliss.
No.
So why MAMADEAR?
Good question.
Well, so when we, in those early days, we met this really sweet lady who's born and raised in Nashville, and she's just kind of embodies Southern hospitality and just kind of sits on her front porch, and she cooked us a big supper, and she just kind of embodies that Southern hospitality. And since we had met on a porch and we want our music to kind of embody that authenticity and kind of feeling like home, everyone in town calls her MAMADEAR. So we were like, that's what we want
really
with our music, so let's name it after her. So we named it after this sweet lady who we met in Nashville. And it was funny, man.
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, she's like in her 80s. Like she's, it could kind of go either way. It's like when we were like telling her that we were going to name it after her, we were just like, she's either going to be like, if she has like a cool personality, which she does, but it's like she's either going to be like really honored or like really kind of freaked out, like this young band is like her like pet name or whatever. So we thankfully she like loved it and was super honored, and like came to a bunch of our early shows, and like we'd like announce her from the crowd and be like, and the real MAMADEAR's here, and she'd like wave and stuff. It was fun, man.
Okay, that's really cool. Speaking of your music, you've been releasing some music, and I guess that was 2019, and I've listened to it, and I'm wondering, and I agree that it does feel like down to earth, like authentic, cool. But I do wonder this: who sings which harmony part?
Oh,
like when it's just because I know Dan's voice when it's lead, like because obviously I've written with Dan a lot, but I wonder. So like who sings lead most of the? I feel like you all sing lead at different times, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's been like something that's kind of fun, since we all love to sing and we all have such different voices, but they blend together so well. We just kind of like whatever song seems to fit that person's voice, that person takes it, and then we just kind of like find our harmonies in the midst of that.
Yeah, really inspired by the Eagles, how they trade off vocals. And
yes. Question, do you ever write a song and then like one of you... Do you ever write a song and you're starting with someone's voice in the lead and then you switch to the other person's voice?
Totally. I feel like, I mean, it's always open. Like we just try and write the best song, and then whichever voice seems to fit it.
We kind of each now 7 years in, like kind of know what type of song each person is like kind of meant for, both melodically and thematically. But to answer your question, like harmony wise, like, it just kind of happened like this. I mean, when the three of us got together to write, again, like Dan said, we weren't looking to build a band, but it just happened to be like Dan's more of a baritone, I'm more of a tenor, and Kelly's an alto. So that's kind of like typically the stack, but it kind of depends, not to get too technical, it kind of depends on who's singing lead and where it is in their register. If we're like doing the fifth, like kind of doing a sandwich of the melody, where like fifth below and third above. Or if it's like a lower melody, then we're kind of doing the third and fifth, like stacked above them. So it just kind of, I don't know, we kind of really just kind of are ebbing and flowing depending on what the melody is. But yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
It's a fun added kind of challenge with each song to arrange it for the harmonies, not overdo it, not underdo it, and just kind of make it unique.
And sometimes we pick great songs to sing that we just love, that are great songs. And sometimes when we're writing with someone, like we have a friend, Stephanie Chapman, who's married to Nathan Chapman, who's an amazing writer and producer. And when we write with her, we're writing the harmony parts as we're writing the song, and we're all singing at once, and we're coming up with these cool vocal parts. And it's really special to have those kind of writes with someone who like loves harmonies and loves thinking of different vocal ideas, because then you can kind of like come up with that unique vocal sound in the moment as you're writing the song, and it just becomes a part of it. So that's fun too.
Yes, that's really cool. Yeah, I would say when I listen to your music or whatever, I would agree. Like that's kind of like the most enjoyable part of it to me is when you guys are all singing together. It's really nice to listen to. You guys have. So you said you've been doing this for 7 years.
We have.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my own answer to this, but I like to ask other artists and bands this. What's the hardest part of pursuing this dream? Like, what is for you, or what do you like? How would you answer that question? It may be different for all of you.
Yeah. Man, that's a good question. I think the hardest part is it's such a subjective business that, and it oftentimes doesn't really seem like it's about how good you are, how good your songs are. It's a lot of times about just pushing through the rejection and finding those right champions that can kind of help you get it to that next level. There's so many people that are really talented in this industry that don't even get as far as we've gotten, and we don't feel like we've even gotten where we want to be yet. So it's just a hard slog. It's like going to medical school to become a doctor, but at the end of 8 to 10 years, you don't know if you'll actually be a doctor.
That's so true. Yes.
That is a hard. People are like, "Why do you do that then?"
Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna go outside and stand in front of the train. So.
And you don't get paid like a doctor, even if you do make it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Oftentimes.
Yeah.
Kelly and Parker, do you guys agree with that, or what do you think?
Oh yeah, totally. I feel like it's also so hard when sometimes it just seems like there's some walls in the way, like whether that's like algorithms on these different social media platforms, or like certain lists that you have to get on, or people that you have to know. And sometimes you're just like, man, we're making something beautiful we believe in, and we see people connecting with it, and like, how do we just like really get it out there? So I think that's the frustrating part, when you just like, you pour your heart and your soul into these things, and some of them never even see the light of day, and you're like, man, that really would have touched someone. And so I think, but you have to keep pushing through that. Because you never know what song will be the one that gets out there, or what video or whatever. But I think for me, that's what gets hard.
For sure. Parker?
Yeah, I think, echo what both of them said. And then I guess I'd just add, like, it almost feels like the industry, they won't even really pay attention to you until you've like paid your dues to like make sure you're like in it to win it kind of thing. So just like how slow moving the industry is. It just feels like it just moves at a snail's pace sometimes, and it's like, man, sometimes we have so much energy, or like, email back immediately, and then it's like 2 weeks and whatever. It's just like, let's just keep the ball moving here.
Yeah, I think like oftentimes in the media, people are painted as overnight successes,
right?
And that people don't really understand that if that happens, it's like 1 in a billion, not 1 in a million, but like 1 in like a billion,
right?
Totally.
And I think that that's so hard, and something that a lot of, especially I think family members and friends don't understand. Yeah. Like when you move to Nashville, like it takes time. And when you say it's a 10-year town and you don't know if it's going to work still, they're like, holy crap, why do you do this? And then you go like, 'cause like what else?
Right.
And you're like, there's nothing that, what's the right word for it? Not grinds my gears, but like gets me going. Like when that song is done and you're just like, gosh, this is moving. Mm-hmm. Like I want this to get out to the world. I gotta do it. Mm-hmm. And so like, I'm totally with all three of you. I did wonder like what particular challenges you feel like it is being a band, or like a group. I don't know what you call yourselves, a group or a band. But like, I know what it's like to be like a solo artist trying to do it. What do you feel like is fun and just maybe also difficult? I don't know, maybe about being like in a group too.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with the positives. One of the nice things is we can kind of play off of each other's strengths, and we kind of each, again, kind of like analogous to the baritone, tenor, alto thing, like both behind the scenes. It's like I love doing spreadsheets and like some of the business stuff, and Kelly loves the graphic design, social media stuff, and Dan loves like leading the live band and doing the songwriting stuff. So it's like, it just kind of, it's nice that we come at it from different angles, because as you know, Raleigh, like running, like doing an artist band thing is not just about the music anymore. You kind of gotta do the whole thing. It's like running a small business. So it's nice that we can kind of delegate and like play off of each other's strengths in that way.
Yes, I'm with you. I know. Yeah, I know. The behind the scenes stuff is the most tedious and sometimes not the fun part, but so necessary for sure.
Yeah.
But definitely challenges too. I'm sure Kelly and Dan will throw some challenges.
I mean, being in a band, like when you're with yourself, you make all the decisions. There's not really like relational dynamics to figure out. So I think that would definitely be something with a band. Like
You don't have to deal with Dan.
You know what I mean? Putting up with no, honestly, them putting up with me and just like all of us. You're spending it's like a marriage, or in some ways, it's like a
double marriage for us.
Yeah. It's just like there's a lot. You're spending so much time with these people, a lot of times in like hard, tiring, frustrating travel and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like communicating, and sometimes you do it wrong and sometimes you do it right. And then you just keep trying to love each other the best you can. But really, like, it's cool. I feel like that to me is a testament even of like that we need to keep doing this, is because we've been a band for like 8 years now and we still all like each other and we respect each other.
Yeah.
And that's like pretty cool. And we've been through a lot of hard stuff. So that says a lot to me.
Awesome.
Either we should
Love
keep
that
going
answer.
or we're really stupid. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I feel that way too.
Totally. Yeah.
So, all right. So let's say I'm sure you get these DMs a lot, but what advice for a young songwriter, singer, or band trying to like make it in Nashville? Like, let's say they want to go to Nashville and they want to get a record deal and get signed and do what we're trying to do. What would be like some advice that you feel like would be helpful to people trying to do that?
The first thing that comes to my mind is just to start, like, take the first step. I mean, yeah, I know we've all had those coffees where you're meeting with young singer-songwriters or artists of some sort. And, you know, it's so hard. You're going to hear no 99% of the time. So, honestly, I think my 2 words of advice would be just start, whatever that next step is, like booking your first show, writing your first song, booking your first band, your first I don't know what that is, but just take that first step. And then once you've taken that first step, take the next step. And also do it because you love music, because if you move to Nashville to be famous, it'll crush you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're screwed. You're screwed. Well,
it's probably not going to last either.
And honestly,
and you're not going to love it.
And I'm not trying to be like, we have a long way to go, but we've done some things that would probably have been on our bucket list 10 years ago. And you get to those moments and it's really, really cool, but it's also not going to change it's cool, but it's a job. I mean, I'm not trying to, it's awesome. What we get to do is amazing, but putting your hope in that, like, your name and lights and all that, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's fun to make music and hopefully make a living doing it. That's the most rewarding part of it.
The 2 things I'll add really quick just off of that. One, I would say I think it's really important. Like, I moved here and like just wanted to like start making it immediately, and like I think people just need to move here and understand it's gonna take a long time, and just honestly get a side job so you don't have to like worry about it financially, like trying to make music, make the money, but like take the pressure off yourself for like literally 2 years, and like don't worry about, just like dive into the craft and just become really good at it, rather than like trying to figure out the like ways up as quickly as possible, because it's just going to take forever. So you might as well just become as good in your little dorm room or whatever as possible in those early stages. And number 2, I would say, we signed with some of like glamorous, like, top manager agent type thing, but like, find people who are willing to get in the trenches with you and just work their tails off because they really believe in you and want to skyrocket you to the next level. And don't worry as much about clout, and just find people who are willing to get in the trenches.
That's good. Kelly, you got anything to add?
Those were wise words. So
very wise words. I agree.
What they say. I'm totally like, I believe in chasing your dreams, and I'm all about it. Like, if you feel like this is your thing, like, go for it. But just know that it is a hard journey. And like, we feel there's so many times where we have those moments where, like Dan said, they are kind of amazing moments. And you're like, wow, if we had quit, we never would have gotten to sing on stage in France opening for Sting, which is like something we got to do. And those moments,
That's
you're
wild.
like, yeah, you're like, what the heck? We like, thank goodness we didn't quit, because we never would have gotten to experience this. But then there's also those times where you're like, okay, I mean, for us, like, we believe in God, and you're kind of just like, okay, God, I think I'm pretty much at my wit's end. Like, I don't think I can take any more hard things or any, like, I'm kind of done. And then it just gets harder, and you're asked to like have even more perseverance and even more patience, and it just takes longer than you think. And so like, chase your dreams, but also know that like it's going to be tough, but you're going to get stronger, and it's going to be, you're going to be meatier because of it.
That's lovely advice. That's lovely advice. It's like, you know that saying where people say like, God never gives you more than you can handle. And then you move to Nashville. I love that. Yeah. Okay, listen, last thing, we're going to do something fun before I ask you what's next for you. I want to know, we're doing quarantine questions.
Love it.
Quick quarantine questions. What is your binge food during quarantine so far?
Boom. What is it called? Boom Chicka Boom White Cheddar Popcorn.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Ooh,
so
fire,
good.
flames.
Mine is banana bread with chocolate chips.
Oh, love banana bread.
Ooh. Man, I just squealed. Give me some banana bread. I love that.
The first week of quarantine, I went to Costco and got these. It was a 4-pack of frozen pizzas, and they were for $8, so $2 a piece, and they honestly were delicious. And we did like one a week for
Raleigh
for 4
just
weeks.
licked his lips. I saw it.
Well, it's like it's almost dinner time here, and I'm like thinking about, ooh, that sounds good. Frozen pizza, ooh, popcorn, banana bread. I'm gonna put all that together.
Do it all.
Wait, you're not.
Make it atrocious. Oh, all right. I love this topic. Binge show during quarantine.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's good. Me and Hannah binged Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Seen it. Great.
Amazing, really great. And we're currently binging Designated Survivor.
Nice. Kifa.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's just good old entertainment. Completely not feasible and would never happen, but I don't care. It's awesome.
Is it as good as 24?
No.
Okay.
It's not as good as 24. 24 is one of the greatest
I like
TV shows of
24.
all time. But it's good.
Yeah,
Have you seen Ozark?
I've heard a lot of really good things about it. That and Outlander I've heard are amazing. But
See, Raleigh, I'm
Outer
glad
Banks,
you
you
mentioned. I'm glad you mentioned Ozark, because my answer was going to be, I tried to get my wife into Ozark, and she
couldn't
watched
do it.
11 minutes of it, and then stormed out of the room so mad that I put that in front of her. So
Same with Shelby.
really, yeah.
Dude, I feel like Ozark is the best written show I've seen in a long time. But you got to have a little dark side. You have to have a little dark side.
I mean, I watched Bloodline and Breaking Bad. Like, those are right up my alley. So I feel like I'm gonna love it. I just won't be watching it with my wife. That's for sure.
Okay, you won't be watching it with your wife. It is better than Bloodline.
Wow.
Bloodline's amazing. It is like Bloodline, but as well written as Breaking Bad.
That's insane, and
Wow.
the best combo you could have told me. So wow.
Yeah, you're welcome. And honestly,
I'm
dude,
gonna start it too.
I cannot wait.
if you want to kick Kelly out of your house and just have me over,
Yeah.
I can watch it with you and give you coronavirus at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
I'm sorry, too soon. That's way too soon.
Perfect. That would give me an excuse to binge it if I had just had Corona. So.
Wait, so what have you guys watched then? If you haven't watched Ozark,
We've been watching Parenthood. We love Parenthood.
Greatest show ever.
I haven't seen that. I gotta watch that.
Really?
It's so good.
So good, man.
Okay, I haven't met
Yeah.
Shelby, but if she walked out on Ozark, she would probably like Parenthood.
Yeah.
She would love Parenthood. I guarantee it. She likes Disney.
Oh,
You know what I
wow,
mean?
okay.
Like she loves like Disney Plus, and she loves like She loved the Marvelous Miss Maisel. She loved that.
Oh, that's awesome. We haven't watched that. We need to.
It's good.
I like to like binge chick flicks every week and just like cry.
Self-torture.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just, I mean, quarantine, you need like a good cry once a week, I think.
I mean, I've been watching so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Like I watched all of Outer Banks, all of Ozark, all of the Michael Jordan documentary called The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so inspiring, folks out there. If you've not seen The Last Dance, man, like it'll make you want to be the best NBA basketball player.
We just watched a little bit the other night.
Yeah, man. It's so
really
good.
No, it really did make me want to be like the best artist in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's so motivating.
Yeah.
It's so motivating. Michael Jordan is a special person.
Totally.
Okay. If you had to be quarantined with one country artist, who would it be?
Johnny Cash for me.
Wow.
I'll go George Strait. I could sip some whiskey or tequila on the back deck with George Strait.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'll say
That's
Keith
fair.
Urban because I just love Keith Urban.
A male?
Oh.
Keith Urban.
Musical sense.
Because I'm just attracted to Keith Urban.
That's what we think
hang
of.
out with Keith Urban. That's what I think when I look at Keith Urban. Not a chance.
And all the amazing women, I'd love to like hang out with all the gals too.
Oh, we bet. Dan?
I said Johnny Cash would be my pick.
Before, like, well, he's not alive anymore, Dan.
Well, you
Dan,
didn't say they had to be alive.
All right, cool. Then,
Who would you say?
I don't know. I would say somebody like Merle Haggard, but I don't think I could drink with him, man.
Yeah, he drinks a lot. Yeah, well, he drinks.
I think I would have been in trouble. Who would I choose? Probably Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Because I would love to ask him questions and hang out and like beg him to write with me. I'd be like every day, want to write, bro?
I love to ask him questions like, "Hey, man, can you just give us like 10% of your talent?"
Yeah. If we had 10% of Chris Stapleton's talent, it wouldn't be a 10-year town, would it? Actually, it was a 17-year town for Chris Stapleton, wasn't it?
That should tell you all you need to know about who's.
All you need to know is Chris Stapleton didn't make it as an artist for 17 years. Let that sink in, folks.
Seriously.
Crazy.
Oh, man. Well, okay. That was fun. Thank you for playing that quarantine game with me.
Thank you for doing it.
So, okay, you've released music in 2019.
Yes.
What final question, what's next for you? And then I'm going to tell people how to follow you.
Yeah. So we've recorded 4 new tunes. Our goal is to have those coming out really soon. Probably late summer at this point.
Amazing.
So we'll start throwing out singles over the next 3 or 4 months, hopefully.
Yeah, we feel like we're like ready to go because right before all this happened, we recorded music, we took photos, we got new merch made. So we feel like we're excited. We just announced our t-shirts that are out today. So we just feel like we're ready to start sharing some stuff with people.
That's really cool. Well, everybody, Parker, do you have anything else? You want a final word, Parker?
Yeah, I just want to say I can't wait to go on a stadium tour in the next few weeks. We're just gonna play to empty stadiums, and we're gonna be kind of the pioneers that tours through Corona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what. Disobey every federal guideline, and I think it'll go well.
We'll be the Elon Musk of music, where we're just wrecking havoc on things.
Yeah, I mean,
man, what is he doing? Did he open up?
He opened up and I think he's moving his headquarters now. So yeah,
he's going underground. He said.
Oh,
cool. So am I. So I'm going underground. Well, everyone, we talked about Elon Musk. We talked about MAMADEAR in their life. Dan, Kelly, Parker, thanks for being with me. It's MAMADEAR music, or is it just MAMADEAR?
Yes. MAMADEAR music.
At MAMADEAR Music on Instagram, and you can find MAMADEAR is one word, MAMADEAR on Spotify, all caps. They're awesome. Thank y'all so much for being with me.
Thanks
you,
for
this was fun.
having us.
Good to be with you, man.
So
Of course.
fun.
All right, we'll talk to y'all soon on the next episode of Raleigh's Roast. Boom. Cool.